We are under the lights as the show gets you ready for another edition of Major League Baseball. Tonight, an intriguing matchup between the Chicago Cubs and the New York Mets. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Russell Irving, a native of Jamaica, is the man to start on the mound in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, Matt, we're going to get a chance to look at a good veteran pitcher here. This guy's been around the block a few times, but one of the things he does, he still competes at a high level, and he's never stopped trying to learn how to be a good pitcher.
Into the box now, Eddie James watches fully in effect these days as he's potentially closing in on a historic triple crown. He leads all three categories.
This guy's got a realistic shot to win the triple crown, and he's hit several home runs in his last 10 games.
And the pitch. The 0-1 on its way. That ball hit high and deep. Stretch, stretch. You can't put it on board. Yes! A solo shot here to straightaway right field. So he just continues to club the baseball at an alarming rate. And the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0.
Well, it's obvious they didn't change their scouting report after yesterday's game. He had 2 bombs yesterday and another one today. Hey, this pace can't continue, but he's going to ride this wave as long as he can.
Trying to pick things up where we left off, Eddie James. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
And that's been the entire offense so far in this one. They've been shut down other than that.
Come on, big guy.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. He hits it high. He hits it deep. It is out of here. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His second home run of the game as the Cubs are out in front now 2-0.
Second home run of the game right there. He is locked in at the plate. You hear so many of today's players talk about rhythm and timing. Well, he is perfectly on time in the heart of the zone.
Standing in, Ray Bauer.
Now batting, second baseman, Ray Bauer.
Gets the ground ball to first. This might be 2. There's 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. Back with more Monday Night Baseball following this. Stepping into the box, Eddie James, runner in scoring position with 2 gone.
This guy's having a pretty good week so far in one game. His last at-bat is second home run of the game. We'll see if they'll pitch him a little bit more carefully in this AB.
Hit hard on the ground towards second, and that's through into right field for a base hit. Tack on another here as the runner scores from second, and it's a 4-1 game. And now time will be called here as you see the pitching coach making his way out to the mound to pay a quick visit. Now the Cubs' 4-hole hitter, Riley Green, comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
Riley Green.
Hey, have a riff at it up there, huh?
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a good fastball swung on and missed for strike 3, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Cubs 4 and the Mets 1. Eddie James will stand in again as we flash you back to the early stages of this ball game. There were fans still finding their seats as he launched his 2nd home run of the game, as he was off to a fast start indeed. But a good play by the first baseman to spear this one, and that'll retire the side. Cubs are down in order, but they lead it 4-1. Striding in to start the 9th, Derek Feldman, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Derek Feldman.
First. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Yeah, that's what you want to do when you're playing on the road. Take it right to the home squad and get a win. Now the pressure is off. If they get one of the next 2, the series is theirs.
Tonight's game comes to an end, 5-1 the final score. The Cubs jumped out to an early lead in the 1st and never looked back. Cesar Quezada earns his 6th winning decision in this one. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Here now is the final lineup tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 5 runs on 9 hits. No errors. They left 8.
We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. A good matchup here for you tonight between the Chicago Cubs and the New York Mets. Major League Baseball on the Show starts now. Monty Talley will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, not a very good start in his last one, Matt. Only 4 innings, so he did get a no decision. But he's a much better pitcher than that, and I know that they're expecting more than 4 innings. Hopefully a win, too, out of this guy in this one.
Digging in, Eddie James. Watch is fully in effect these days as he's potentially closing in on a historic triple crown. He leads all 3 categories.
Winning the Triple Crown is really...
It might be. It could be. It's gone. A home run.
So a solo shot here to left center field. So he just continues to club the baseball at an alarming rate. And the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0.
Boy, talk about when you're hot, you're hot. Hits 2 bombs yesterday and another long bomb so far today. When this guy gets hot, he's near impossible to stop. I'm not giving this guy a pitch anywhere close to hit.
Next up for New York, Shervian Newton. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Gets this one down. And he'll step on first for the out, 3 unassisted.
Well, you know, he had a good idea right there. The infield was playing back, but it's not going to work out for him this time. That's a nice play to react, and they take care of him at first.
Ready for another chance? Eddie James. He went deep in his first at-bat, and we'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Yeah, that last at-bat, Matty, he turned that fastball around. He didn't hit it a ton. He didn't hit it a country mile, but
Oh, a diving effort as it's off his glove. And no chance at a recovery here, as despite a great effort that time, they won't get it out on the play. And now time is called here as their pitching coach is going to pay a quick visit to the mound to discuss how they want to attack things here. Into the box now, Brennan Davis.
Now batting, the center fielder, Brennan Davis.
From the belt, kicks and deals. A pitch out, the throw, and they still don't get him as he's in safely at second with a stolen base.
I'm not sure what else the defense could have done there. They pitched out and the throw was pretty good, but they still couldn't cut him down. You kind of just have to hope he gets a bad jump.
James at second with 2 down. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Long run for the center fielder. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Cubs 3 and the Mets nothing. At the plate, Gabriel Moreno. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
The catcher, Gabriel Moreno.
Hey, come on now, fellas.
The 3-1 pitch. A bullet to first base. Tries to dance back into the bag, not in time to double off the runner. Into the box, Eddie James, already 2 for 2. He'll look to add on right here.
Hey, let's go, kid.
First pitch of the at-bat.
It might be. It could be. It's gone. A home run.
So it's a solo shot to dead center, his second of the game, and with it, the Cubs have moved out in front now 4-0. So that was the 3rd home run for these guys today.
D-Rose, some days the fellows walk in with their hitting shoes on, and this looks like one of those games.
Yeah, but there's a
Your
saying.
attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Mets, number 2, Marco.
He's on the ground over to first. He's right there, and he'll step on first for the out, 3 unassisted. Digging in once again, Eddie James. He's looking to go 4 for 4 with a base hit right here.
Going back to that last AB, that was the express. That was an upper 90s fastball that he turned around. So I think with this guy, you might want to try to incorporate.
And the indication from the dugout comes, it looks like they're going to put him on intentionally. So that'll set up the double play possibility with 1 away.
Yeah, the guy's been on fire lately, hitting anything close. So I think this is the way to go here. Get the bat out of his hands any way that you can.
Brennan Davis.
Hit well on the ground to first.
Come on,
and
you're scoring, you're
sliding
scoring, you're
attempt
scoring.
at first, but this sneaks by him, a base hit. James rounds the corner and is headed home. Now it's cut off. A throw to the plate. And not in time as the 2nd run scores.
Wow, your outfield is the last line of defense, and when they let you down, it's really costly. 2 runs come around to score, and even though they happen, there's really no excuse for that kind of mistake at this level.
Ready for another shot now. Benny Bender, runner in scoring position with 2 gone.
Benny Bender.
The 2-2. Be a drag bunt. He gets it down. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Back with more here on a Tuesday night after this. Now at the plate, Eddie James, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
And this is the side of the plate this guy loves to hit at. Hitting over 350 left-handed, hitting against right-handed pitching.
Big swing, but he just gets a piece of it. Strike one. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
Man, talk about having a good game. Like most guys, this would be a good week. 4th hit of the game, and 2 of those D-Rolls round trippers.
Yeah, he's going to have a smile on his face for a while here, Dan. These are special nights. You have to enjoy these. These don't come around often, and he is taking full advantage of it.
Runners on the move for second. High in the air out to center field. Gray will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 man left aboard. Bottom part of the order, 7, 8, and 9 due up in the bottom of inning number 9. It's the Cubs 7 and the Mets 2.
Well, the skipper has to be pleased. They go on the road and win the first 2 of this 3-game series, playing for the sweep tomorrow.
And this evening's ends at a 7-2 finish. The Chicago Cubs jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Jeff Fisher earns his 8th victory of the season. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
Here now is the final line score tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 7 runs on 12 hits. No errors. They left 8 men on base.
MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Today we've got a good matchup ahead between the Chicago Cubs and the New York Mets. This should be a fun battle to watch, and it'll take place right after this. William Malloy is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Mets. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, Matt, this guy's been throwing the ball really well. He picked up his 10th win of the year in his last one, and he'd like nothing more than to make it 2 good ones in a row and pick up his win number 11 today.
The next Cub up, Eddie James. He went deep last night twice. First pitch on its way. That ball hit high and deep. Stretch, stretch. You can't put it on the board. Yes! A solo shot here to straightaway right field. So he just continues to club the baseball at an alarming rate. And the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0.
Well, it's obvious they didn't change their scouting report after yesterday's game. He had 2 bombs yesterday and another one today. Hey, this pace can't continue, but he's going to ride this wave as long as he can.
Digging in, Marco Luciano. First chance for him here after appearing as a pinch hitter in the game last night.
Luciano.
First. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Mets go down 1-2-3. They're down 2-0. So striding forward now, Eddie James. He went deep in his first at-bat, and we'll see what he's got in store for us here.
We all know this guy's a real good fastball hitter. We saw how far he can hit one. He got a fastball that he liked, and he turned that thing around, and it got out of here in a hurry.
Lifted into the air out towards center field. And he's going to have room to put this one away, and that's the first out. And with one away, time for a quick check of the standings as you see these guys on top of the division and cleared by a good 4.5 games entering play. In now, Eddie James. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. On a rope to the second baseman. But the runner is back to avoid the double play. Eddie James will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ballgame. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. Into the upper deck, but foul.
It might be. It could be. It's gone. A home run.
A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His second home run of the game as they open it up to 6-2 now.
Well, as a team, they've gone yard 4 times, and this guy's accounted for half of them. Memo to all pitchers the rest of the game. If this guy comes to the plate, you might want to pitch around him.
Now at the plate, Derek Feldman.
The right fielder, number 44, Derek.
Both teams have 9 hits on the scoreboard. This is on the ground over to first. Scooped up, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Coming to the plate now, Christopher Knox. He's looking to go 4 for 4 with a base hit right here. 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. He's up and gets this one down. And he will apply the tag himself, and the inning is over. So 1 run on 1 base hit, the home run, no errors, and no one left on base. We've played 8 full. It's the Cubs 6 and the Mets 3. So in now for Chicago, Eddie James. He's gone deep twice in the game, making him 2 for 4. First pitch of the at-bat, fouled away. 2 out with the man at first. Not fooled there as this ball's hammered out to deep right field.
Goodbye, home run.
A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. His 3rd home run of the ball game as they open it up to 8-3.
Well, talk about having a day. 3 home runs in 1 game. We've heard about the hat trick in hockey, but it's awfully hard to do that in a baseball game. Well, these guys feel pretty good about themselves, and they should. Anytime you can come into somebody else's ballpark and sweep a 3-game tilt, you're doing something right. Great team effort.
8-4 the final this afternoon. The Chicago Cubs sent 5 balls over the wall to come out on top in this one. Jackson Rutledge earns his 12th victory in the ball game. William Malloy was only able to work 4 innings as he takes the loss. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
Here now is our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs, 8 runs on 11 hits. No errors. They left 8 men on base. For the Mets, 4 runs on 11 hits. No errors.